All right, y'all, look, so I ain't gonna waste no time. Appreciate you for watching the video or clicking the video because you ain't watched it yet because I just started talking. Anyway, so y'all saw the title. I'm gonna give y'all the book first. So this is the book, right? This is the book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. This book saved my marriage. First off, before we get deep in that book, we gonna shout out this one. You know, I'm still working on like how the YouTubers be getting that, like they be like, I don't know, but the Bible, specifically a study Bible. You gonna give all glory to God and all credit to Him that my marriage is still intact and where it's at. But as far as the 5 Love Languages book, I want to give you all a quick backstory. So back in 2021-ish, my sister was asking me like what I was into. My older sister was asking me what am I into and like what I might have wanted for my birthday or whatever. I don't know what I said back then, to be honest. I might have said surprise me or something like that, right? But she ended up giving me this book, The Capitalist Code by Ben Stein. I'm not gonna hit on too much about what was in the book or what the book is about exactly, but in this book, my sister put money in here. I didn't find that. I think she gave me $20 or $50. I didn't find that money until like 4 or 5 years later. I had never opened it. Well, I opened it, but I never picked it up to read the book. So, well, I read it now, but I didn't read it back then. And so it is wealth in knowledge and reading. So, but I did read this one back then. I prefaced the story with this because reading, especially the word, but reading books has so much information and it provides like it's just you in the book. It's just you and the words on the paper. Like you don't have no outside influences. You're not sitting there doom scrolling. You're not getting overstimulated. You're not getting like over consumed by the amount of content that you're taking in. So make sure you guys pick up a book. It might be $20 in there. But getting into the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman and how it saved me from divorce. So this book talks about exactly what it says, right? There's 5 love languages in this book. The 5 love languages in the book are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So me and my wife had been married for like 2 years, maybe 3 years. And I had no idea what her love language was. So for those that may be watching the video, let me explain to you what love languages are. Love languages is how you perceive love, and oftentimes it's how you show love, right? So let me give you an example. I'm gonna just use physical touch. Stereotypically, trying not to fall in that stereotype or say it, but easy to understand example. A lot of men like physical touch. Not like, ain't gotta necessarily be, but a lot of men like physical touch. So in order for a man to feel love, he wants to be touched. Like he wants to, it's kind of crazy. He wants the physical bond. There you go. He wants the physical bond in the relationship. He wants to know that you love him, and that's how he receives love. So for example, for me, physical touch is one of mine. I think I have, the book talks about it, but I think in rare instances people have 2 love languages, and I think mine is quality time and physical touch. So the reason why I say like physical touch is, for me, I'm not really a super touchy person. And so like, you got your stuff, you got your space, I got my stuff, I got my space. I don't gotta touch you, you don't gotta touch me. So it's like, for me, if I am touching you, I must love you because I'm not a touchy, I'm not a touchy person. And so how I perceive it is if like, okay, if my wife wants to touch me, she must love me because why would you be touching me? And give you another example about quality time. For me, quality time is like real big because I'm big on memories. I'm big on pictures. I'm big on moments, big on videos. You know, like once you kind of live that day, you can never get it back. So it's like I'm 27. I can't go back to being 17. So all you have is the pictures. All you have is the memories. All you have is the flashback moments, right? The laughters or the remember wins. So quality time is real big for me. But for my wife, I had thought I had been loving her appropriately for years. I mean, for 2-3 years, right? But there was a disconnect there. And for me, she's never told me, but for me, it's like, I really thank her, because it's like, how can you be with somebody that's not even showing you that they love you, right? Like, I'm not even giving her love language to portray to her or to show her that, hey, I really do love you, right? And so let me give you an example, right? Because you're probably thinking, my wife's love language is quality time. So you'd probably be thinking, so you wasn't spending no time with her? And it's like, come on, bro. Like, yes, I was spending time with her. I just didn't, hold on, I gotta do something at work, bro. 9 to 5 life. All right, back from that 9 to 5 grind. I really gotta get this video up because Junie is sleeping and T outside, and it's like the perfect time to do the video. So yeah, but I was trying to figure out, how can my wife possibly love someone that hasn't been showing her love language? Oh no, that's what it was, quality time. I already said that. I got, see, look, I got y'all. You probably weren't paying attention. I got you. But my wife, so of course I was spending quality time with her, of course, but it was the way that my wife wanted quality time to be shown. So let me give you a real life example, so you can take something away, put it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So my wife wanted us to like play games, watch TV, do all of these things with no phone, like no interruptions, like literally just me and her, or so literally just me and her. No outside noises, no outside interruptions. Literally just me and her. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I find myself multitasking a lot. So like I would be on my phone, but not doing nothing like, dumb, whatever. I'm scrolling or reading or doing whatever. And we're watching a show, just whatever the show is, right? Like not nothing that like you need to focus and pay attention to the whole entire 30 minutes to an hour, but just, something that you're playing. You can kind of pick up every now and then, watch, interact, and laugh and joke. But it's like, nah, my wife didn't count that as quality time, because my time and my attention was dispersed into something else. And so what we took away from this book, one of the things that we started doing was asking each other like, hey, where's your love tank today? And that way we can actually have some kind of measurement, some kind of gauge to figure out, okay, what can I do more? Am I doing enough? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling loved? Because like, man, when I tell you, one of the quickest ways that I think probably to divorce is a person no longer feeling loved. Because if you don't feel loved, you don't feel appreciated, like you just, it just go downhill, bruh. Like it just go downhill. So 10 out of 10, I recommend this book for sure. Helped change my marriage. Somebody brought up I'm gonna leave them anonymous, but somebody brought up what I thought is another opposite perspective to this, which is love languages are rooted in your childhood traumas. And I think to an extent that could be true, but that trauma was birthed out of your lack of, right? And so you were born this way. Like you were born with your love languages, because we're all different. We're all made in God's images. So these love languages are things that were already attached to you. And as you grew up, your environment kind of shapes them and kind of hones them, right? So I think your love languages are to an extent rooted in your childhood trauma, but I also think that it just highlights what you wanted as a child, and you didn't receive it, and you didn't get it. And so I don't think there's nothing wrong with pursuing your love language, or showcasing it or doing it, especially like when you become an adult. I don't know the science per se behind it, but I would think that your love language probably doesn't change much. I would think that as a child is when your love languages are formed, and like I said, birthed, and environmental factors may tweak them or kind of hone them or change the details about them. But I think you're kind of, I don't want to say stuck, because stuck sounds bad, but like you kind of are where you are with your love languages, right? And I think childhood traumas, like I said, only play a factor when you didn't get love in the way that you received love. But other than that, man, I recommend y'all read it. If you have read it, let me know. If I got any more recommendations for like married couple books or anything like that y'all are reading, or any books in general, really. I'm open to some ideas. Yeah, let me know down there, man. I gotta get back to work, and I think June's up. So, and I'm recording in her room, so luckily she didn't like bust up in here. All right, y'all.